Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos. And today I have for you my King of Games deck for this month. If you read in the title, it does say February. And the reason why is because this is the deck that I used in February. But that was before Shiranui's Spectral Sword was the 2. So I was able to run some unlimited cards such as World Legacy Clash. We also didn't have the Lightsworn engine yet. So I was using Lupine. And the deck overall looked pretty different. So I decided to try and see just how good this hybrid still is. Although now it's not so much a Thunder Shiranui hybrid because we also have to throw in a little bit of Lightsworn in there, even though it's only 6 cards. But they are 6 very important cards. So yeah, the deck is great. I wasn't sure how Shiranui was going to do in this particular build because Spectral Sword being semi-limited means you don't have access to Kiteroid. So to compensate for not being able to run Kiteroid, we have double Sphere Kribo alongside the skill Grit, which I was already using Grit back then because I wasn't using Kiteroid. I have World Legacy Clash instead. However, running back row is really bad, especially for decks that rely on Lightsworn or rely on their graveyard. Because if you running back row is just asking to run into a no mortal can resist player, they're gonna activate Cyclone because they always have it, and then they'll no mortal your entire grave. So you're still vulnerable to no mortal, but they're gonna have to they're gonna have to use their Cyclones on their own back row, or they're gonna have to take damage some other way. And usually when I'm going up against a deck like that, if I can banish enough of my resources, I'll go ahead and deal damage to them. Otherwise, I'll wait until I have absolute lethal and then I go for it. That's mainly the main weakness for this deck, alongside Super Heavy Samurais, which is a really good machine archetype. And we don't really have an answer for it. We don't have Kiteroid to stop the direct attacks. If they have multiple gloves, it pretty much becomes impossible to win. You can usually run them over through one Giga Gloves if you're able to set up a large enough board. But anything beyond that it's just too difficult of a matchup. Other than that, the deck works great. The Lightsworn engine works amazing with Shiranui, but that's no surprise. And the main reason why I really like this variant as opposed to the other Thunder Dragon variant I was using is because in the other one I felt like, even though I was running Plague Spreader, Glow Up Bulb, and Wet Fox, it felt like it never got to see my level 2 synchros. And this variant allows you to run what's essentially 6 level 2 tuners, so you're able to go into your level 7 engine way easier. I wish I had a spot for another level 8 Scrap Dragon. Would be really nice, but Zeta is just too good of an out against Sun Saga, the big boy. Other than that, this deck, it's gonna struggle. The best you can do is put him in defense position or go Dragon Duo with your Dragon Matrix. That's pretty much it. I just wanted to talk about the matchups because the deck is pretty standard. We have 3 of every Thunder Dragon except for Duo and Dragon Matrix. We're running 2 and 1. I would run 3 Duo, but now we have Levianeer, so we don't need that third Duo. Levianeer, it's just that good of a card. I only have the 1 though. Shiranui engine is going to be 3 Solitaire, double Spectral Sword. For the Lightsworn engine, you have 3 Charge, 3 Raiden, and then you have the obvious Gold Sarcophagus, 1 Plague Spreader, double Kribo. Extra deck, Vermilion, really good for Raiden, Thunder Dragon Dark. I started making Vermilion turn 1, even if my opponent obviously has nothing for me to destroy, just because a lot of times if you're able to go Vermilion turn 1, you're going to be able to search for Dragon Duo, and you're going to be able to have a Light and Dark in the graveyard. So Vermilion and Thunder Dragon Duo feels like a good enough play to feel somewhat safe. If you can't go into Vermilion Dragon Mech, then you go into either Samurai Destroyer or Cypher Lord Zeta. And then obviously the Shiranui engine is there for the big 5500 attack boss Shogun Saga. That'll just run over pretty much anything your opponent has. Black Rose needs no explanation. But yeah, let's go ahead and show y'all some gameplay. I got King of Games between yesterday and today. I climbed from 3 to 4 yesterday, Legend 3 to 4, and then I climbed from 5 to King of Games just today after work around 2 o'clock. I hadn't played Duel Links in the last like 2 days before then, just because I was really playing Resident Evil 3, excuse me. Hope you guys watched the stream. If you did, thank you, because that was super fun to play, and I'm still playing it. Probably try to stream it some more, although we already finished the campaign. But anyway, we're gonna go Dragon Duel, turn 1. Because of the Kribo, this felt good enough. You know, we're probably gonna be able to protect our Dragon Duel, and we're going up against heroes. So heroes are known for OTKing now. My opponent's running grit, so you know, we both have to make sure we're able to break through that grit. And he has a really good turn 1 play, which is pretty basic. If you're able to discard with fairies your increase, that's basically a guaranteed Trinity or whatever else you want. So he's gonna go for Plasma. Plasma is going to steal my Thunder Dragon, and this guy actually had game if he wasn't so greedy. He was gonna go Vision Hero Adoration activate, so makes my attack 0, and this is where he had game. I'm using my Sphere Kribo on the Plasma, so he's gonna destroy with Adoration and then Mass Change. If he used the Mass Change on the Plasma, he could have destroyed with Anki, search another Mass Change, and then attack 2 more times to break my grit. He didn't do it, so it's time to beat him over. We're gonna go for the Spectral Sword Solitaire play, Shogun Saga. We're still gonna activate the effect even though it's negated, because we want to lower the attack of the Anki. Now we're gonna banish a Dragon Dark so we can search a Dragon Duo. Banish 2, summon Duo. Activate Roar to add the Dragon Hawk back. Now I can activate that Dragon Hawk to special summon my Duo, and we're able to clear this board. He does get an increase in the spell and trap zone, but his grit is no longer active, and he doesn't top deck into whatever he needs, so we get the win. And yeah, that was kind of greedy there for my opponent. I guess maybe he was scared of the second Kribo, but he could have checked, right? Actually, I guess he couldn't have checked because he already attacked with Plasma. I still think the play would have been to just try to guarantee lethal there, but we lucked out that he didn't. Alright, so here we're going first. Not a great hand, but we are going to go ahead and deck in. We're just going to hope that Grid can keep us alive, and then next turn we have a fat Levianeer play. And then as soon as I saw that it was Dark Magician, I felt pretty safe. They're rarely going to OTK going second. So we're going to go ahead and banish 3, activate Levianeer, activate Dragon Roar, activate Dragon Dart, and activate Dragon Hawk. We're getting all kinds of effects. He's going to summon 2 Dark Magicians, so we're going to go ahead and destroy Circle and destroy the back row. But this is the important thing though. I had 2 Dragon Darks in my hand, and thanks to Dragon Hawk, now I can shuffle those back, which means we're going to be able to summon one of them with Dragon Roar. That's why I banished in this order, so the Dragon Roar would activate last, and my Dragon Darks would already be back in the deck. There we go. We're going to search the Duo. Special summon one of the Dragon Darks, we shuffle back, pop the back row, summons Magician of Dark Illusion. So we're gonna mill with Raiden, go for Vermilion, pop, banish 2 for Dragon Duo, and we're able to clear his entire board. We couldn't beat him that turn, but it's really hard for Dark Magicians to come back from that, especially after they, you know, spend all their resources. So we get that win. Magic Gamer going up against Jack. We're gonna go with Grit. I don't know what he's running. Once again, we're going first. Not the ideal hand, but like I said, if I have Raiden, I will go turn 1 Vermilion, just because that'll let me have turn 1 Vermilion alongside Dragon Duo. And even though you might say it's not optimal, it's keeping me alive, which is it's a big thing in the current meta. You gotta survive going first. And when you don't have Karibo or you don't have Kiteroid, the best thing you can do is just fill up your board with as many monsters as you can. So I went ahead and do that. Even a board wipe Black Rose would give me another monster on the field, and then that's a monster plus grit. I'm usually gonna be safe. But once again, we're going up against Dark Magician. So really not a whole lot we gotta do. We're gonna put that Raiden in the top of the deck so we can banish him with Vermilion, destroy the circle. He's gonna Econ take. I'll destroy my Vermilion, I don't care. We're gonna get Dragon Matrix. And the reason why I destroyed the Vermilion is because I wanted to get the Matrix and you know, force his Dark Magician summon and then destroy at least one of the Dark Magician. But he takes the hit because he didn't have a Dark Magician. He's gonna go Rod, add Illusion Magic. Now he adds the Dark Magician. I can't remember if he has a circle or not. No circle, so we're gonna activate Matrix. And the reason why I activated the Matrix in the end phase is because we're adding Levianeer, and I didn't want to give him a chance to respond. I wanted him to not see this play coming. Without the Matrix, I didn't have 3 for Levianeer. Now I do, so I can immediately do that at the start of my main phase. So now it's his choice. Does he activate? Does he not? Doesn't matter because we don't target and we get the win. That's also another reason why I went ahead and destroyed my what's it called? My Vermilion. He had done his job. I didn't have a tuner that I could banish to get another pop. That would have freed up my spot, and now I can get my Levianeer back thanks to Duel. Once you banish Levianeer with that Dragon Duo, you're putting a ton of pressure on your opponent because they're gonna have to take care of that Dragon Duo or Levianeer is coming right out. And here we have a Yummy Yugi invoked. I don't actually remember this one. It's gonna activate Invocation, go straight into Kaliga. Alright. So Kaliga turn 1 is definitely annoying for us to deal with because our entire deck relies on monster effects. We don't run a lot of back row for that reason. So we're gonna have to, you know, use our effects wisely. We're gonna add a second Raiden. And I'm gonna go ahead and use Charge once again. We get a Plague Spirit in the grave, which is good. I'm gonna use my 1 effect to add Dragon Hawk back. And then I'm just going to set my Raiden. I'm hoping Grit will be able to save me because he can only attack with 1 monster anyway. Palace. Turns into water, summons the Alistair. Can't activate the effect anymore because he already used Malehu's effect. So now he has Cocytus and a Kaliga. But at least I know I'm safe this turn. We top deck into Levianeer, so we're gonna go ahead and banish 3. Activate the effect to destroy the Kaliga and the field spell. Now we can synchro into Cyphering Lord Zeta. And Zeta is to avoid the we're gonna avoid the Purgatrio OTK with Zeta, and we're also gonna force him to use his Cocytus to destroy Zeta, and by using Cocytus he's gonna have to use that Alistair in hand. Before I end my turn, I'm gonna go ahead and summon Dark. So he top decks another Palace because why not? Like I said, we force him to use one of his Alistairs. Now we can go into Raiden, Vermilion Dragon Mech, and we're gonna destroy the second field spell. Getting annoyed at this field spell. There we go. And now, with our Levianeer and or Dragon Duo, we can force him to use that second Alistair. He can't top deck, right? He can't possibly top deck another field spell. Well, he did, but at this point, it's a little too late. My opponent's kind of a forehead. He's gonna add Malehu, which is good. Malehu is going to put my Dragon Duo face down so he can destroy it. I feel like he should have destroyed the Dragon Mech because I had no other way of getting rid of this field spell. But we top deck another Raiden. I think we put the Raiden back with our Plague Spreader. So he's gonna use Malehu, switch my Levianeer. He top decked 2 field spells in a row. He can't possibly top deck again, can he? Invocation off the top. However, at this point it does not matter because he activated Palace last turn, which means he can't attack. And I already have a Vermilion Dragon Mech and a tuner, quote unquote tuner, in my hand. I have to do some solitaire, get my Spectral Sword, and then banish the Spectral Sword. We top deck it anyway, and we're finally able to win the game against this top decking maniac. And then last but not least, my actual King of Games rank up match. Now it wasn't too eventful. We're going up against Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes is a tricky matchup depending on how they play it. They can go into Spirit Dragon, which can negate, you know, your tuners from the graveyard. They can also push and break your grid. So I was really concerned here. I'm gonna go ahead and summon Dragon Duo just to be extra safe. I didn't want to get OTK'd in my rank up match. If all of this gets blown up, we have a Levianeer as a follow-up. So we're feeling good. He's gonna go Cosmo Brain. He could have attributed the Cosmo Brain. Maybe this was his mistake. He could attribute the Cosmo Brain, get the Blue Eyes, make him a, you know, alternative, and then Synchro Summon. But he chooses to just go alternative evolution. Destroy my Duo, destroy my Raiden. We're gonna activate Charge the Light Brigade, mill, get a Raiden. Banish 3. Including a Dragon Roar, which is gonna summon a Dragon Dark from the deck. Destroy both of them. Now I can use Raiden to go into Vermilion Dragon Mech, search a Dragon Duo, which didn't really matter because I don't search the Dragon Duo. I already have the Dragon Hawk to special summon the Dragon Duo. Didn't have the Reebok, he did run one, but we take those. And that is it, King of Games with my Shiranui Thunder Dragon. I had been thinking for a while that this is a deck I'm going to try in Stage 2 of the KC Cup. I think I'm going to stick with that. The only thing that will make me change is if, you know, KC Cup Stage 2 is littered with No Mortal Can Resist and or Super Heavy Samurais, which are the two biggest counters. Other than that, it doesn't really have a bad matchup. It is a 30 card deck, so it's going to suffer from consistency here and there. But super fun deck. I love it. I mean, I love Thunder Dragons. I'm going to keep playing them until Konami kills them somehow. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. And until next time.